و درود and hello everyone. Nowruz, Piruz, Farkhonde and Mubarak Bad, which means Happy Nowruz, Happy New Day, as you all know. Welcome to this beautiful event tonight at Pack House. And my name is Safo Mirer, and tonight I'm going to talk a bit about what Nowruz is. It is a rather difficult topic to talk about for many reasons, but I'm just going to start by saying it means new day. So, new day, that's the main thing that is actually quite solid about it. The rest is just in a shroud of mystery. The first thing that I want to emphasize is that it's a bit wrong to call it the Persian New Year or the Iranian New Year, because these words, Persian and Iran, they have been used by different people in different places, and they have different connotations for different people in the way that they use them. So we try to be diverse and inclusive in all of the terms, in all of the meanings of the term. So tonight I'm going to give a little bit of historical and linguistic context about Nowruz and its roots and its origins. First, I'm going to say the people who were practicing Nowruz for thousands of years, they call themselves with different names. And tonight I'm going to use the term the Iranian peoples. In its foremost acultural way, Nowruz is the celebration of spring, the coming of the sun in its most powerful way. And it was practiced by the people who were living in the plateau of Iran. And I'm just going to call them also the Iranian people, part of the, I had a word, the word was so beautiful, the cultural Iranian region. This region started from nowadays Greece to Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Iran, and it went all the way from Afghanistan, Pakistan, Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan, and going all the way to Mongolia. All of that, these countries, well, we call them countries now, but these lands, these places, they were ruled for about 1,000 years by ancient Iranian empires. And that's why these empires kind of merged their cultural and linguistic elements with the local traditions of all of these places and created a certain kind of identity. For that period, at least. As we know, identities change and are reformed all over. This is where the story of Nowruz begins. Thousands of years ago, the people, the Iranian peoples, they were something that we call them animists. They believed in secret or hidden spirits and angels and energies that lived among the trees, among the plants, the animals, the air, the people, and they worshipped these spirits. And among these spirits, there were some that were really grand, and they were the stars in the sky. And among all of the stars in the sky, there were 7 of them that were really important. The wandering stars, the planets. They named these stars and saw them as great spirits that rule over us. As part of their tradition, they would perform rituals and ceremonies to appease these spirits to help them survive. They would do sacrifices, they would perform dances and ceremonies and dance around and play music so that they can appease the energies of fertility and prosperity to come to their land and to their lives. As the people from all around this region started to migrate and merge and be mixed together and enjoy their different cultures together, these ideas grow and their societies grew, and they started to be polytheistic, meaning they started to believe not in things here, but in gods that are invisible and beyond our reach. And these gods have characteristics like us, and they need to be appeased. And among these gods, again, there were the 7 planets. And these gods became known as Mehrparasti, which we call it today Mithraism. And this was one of the oldest religions in this region. As you can see, this theme of 7 is starting to make something happen, and it's one of the greatest synchronicities or alignments in all of the different cultures because there are 7 planets in the sky. And then came the time of Zoroaster, one of the greatest prophets and actually the inventor of monotheism. Zoroaster came up with the concept that there are no different gods, there is one God, and this one God, Ahura Mazda, is in a constant battle with the agents of darkness, or Ahriman. This cosmic battle is happening since the dawn of time, and there will come a day when this battle is won by Ahura Mazda, and everything in existence, including us, should choose to be agents of light and Ahura Mazda in this battle. That is when the 7 gods of the 7 planets became 7 emanations from Ahura Mazda, and they were called Ameshaspandan, or the immortals. These 7 immortals became the ruling energies within all of us, and it was then that Nowruz became one of the most important of the rituals among Zoroastrians. Because there were celebrations for the spring, there were celebrations for summer, there were celebrations for winter, but the one at Nowruz was the most important one because it was a symbol, it was a representation of that final day in the future when Ahura Mazda is going to win and conquer darkness forever. And it will be a literal new day, Nowruz. That was the moment when Nowruz was at its peak, with different cultures and different traditions among the Iranian plateau performing it and celebrating it in different ways, until the conquest of the Arabs came. After that, a lot of the Zoroastrian traditions were pushed back far into the east, and this is where we have most of the Zoroastrians today are in India, and Zoroastrianism in Iran was kind of destroyed and was gone. However, one of its biggest traditions, Nowruz, could not be eradicated. Iranians did what they do best. They merged their cultures and their ideas with the new culture and the new religion that arrived, and made it live throughout all of these hundreds and thousands of years. And now, today, Iranians, even though they are considered as a Muslim nation, they still perform Nowruz, whether from a secular perspective or from a religious perspective. It is part of their culture. And now, the Iranian peoples, as I mentioned, are practicing this tradition from different perspectives, in different ways, in all of these different places. And tonight, we are going to celebrate and listen and hear the stories, different ways that this tradition is practiced today. I'm not going to get into too much. I'm going to keep the suspense alive, but I'm just going to say I am going to be performing one of the major traditions that is performed in at least Iran, and that is divination with the poetry of Hafiz. So we'll see how it goes.
Thank you so much, Safajan. Hello and welcome everyone to Podcast Zweicher. I guess it was a very nice opening by Safa to start having a bit of history of Nowruz. I would like to explain a little bit about this program that we are getting together tonight for. Of course, apart from the celebration of Nowruz, this special episode and the 11th edition of Diaspora Dialogues that's organized at Podcast Zweicher by my colleague Kjeld. And every edition focuses on one specific culture and one specific community, and we are trying to give a space to underrepresented cultures in Amsterdam and within Netherlands. So stay tuned, check our website, and there might be some other programs that you're interested. But for tonight, let's focus on Nowruz. Can I have a big round of applause to hear your voices and know that you're here? Yay. Great. Nice. Thank you so much. You're very much welcome here, and we are very grateful that you're joining us tonight here in the room. But also, I would like to welcome all the guests that are watching us later via Salto, and the program is going to be recorded, as mentioned. But we would also like to give the floor to other performers who have joined us tonight, and I would like to start to give the floor to Mehmet Polat and Savalan. I would, before that, just give a very, very short introduction of their background. Mehmet Polat is a master oud player, but also composer and ensemble leader. And he's going to play for us with Savalan, known as Sava Beats. And he is a percussionist all the way from Tabriz, Iran. And Mehmet is from Turkey. So we are super, super glad that we could gather a lot of people from different cultures and countries, as Safa mentioned, and all of them celebrate Nowruz. So we are happy that we could gather people with different backgrounds together tonight. So I'll leave the floor to you, but I would like also to have a round of applause for Mehmet and Savala.
Hello, everybody. It's a big pleasure for me to have the chance to perform at Nowruz. I want to say everybody Saleh Mubarak, Nowruz Piroz be. Nowruz'unuz kutlu olsun. Together with Savalan, now we will perform 3 compositions of mine. We'll start with one called Next Spring. It is actually the title track of my first album I made in 2014. And then this was for me like the biggest step to the music world, also as a composer and performer. And then I composed Next Spring, the composition on a Nowruz day back then. And then also the 1 year before, you know, that there was a spring, like Arabic Spring in a lot of countries. Also in Turkey, there were Gezi protests, and it was a big political awakening. And then the courage of the people inspired me enormously. That's why I want to dedicate the piece and album to spring, Nowruz, next spring, for you. think we sound check different. Could you reduce the percussion on the monitor? It's way too much.
It's way too loud.
Too much bass.
I was trying
here. Could you play like this? Composition is called Simurg. Simurg is an old Persian fairy tale. All the Persian people know about it. A group of birds. They are starting with a long and challenging journey to find their king. And then, after like months and years, you know all the details, what happened on the way. They stay only 30 birds at the end, and then when they find their king, initially they figure out actually the king of birds, the reflection. And then the composition is initially in 5/8, but it's like a block of 6 bars. And so I like the joke of it to call it Simurg, but also highly influenced by Persian music, and then even Persian Deskah Akshari.
We're good? Yeah, it works. Another round of applause. Why not? Let's do. I saw this woman doing it. Yeah. A big thank you to Mehmet and Savalan. I would also like to mention that you can purchase the CDs that you saw on the TV after the program in the market. Also, there was a market if by any chance you were here late and you didn't find the time to just go through. And I will mention all of this again at the end, so don't worry about it. I would like now to have a conversation with some of our guests, panelists, and also especially with Sarah, who was the co-organizer of this event with us. And I would like to have a conversation more on a personal level so we can understand how Nowruz is celebrated in different countries and how things are common and how things are different. I would like to invite Sara Rashidian to join us to the stage. But also Somaye, please, if you can join us to the stage. Thank you. And last but not least, I would like to invite Jonoon to join us to the stage. Thank you. Yeah, great. We're all together now. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. Like we haven't talked before.
Yes.
I really prefer not to talk that much myself and keep the next 20 minutes that we have and leave the floor mostly to you so we can hear more from you. And if you agree, we can start with a very short round of introduction of yourself. What's your name? What's your background? If you're comfortable sharing what you're doing. And then, how long you've been in Netherlands maybe, because later there might be a question of how you're celebrating Nowruz in Netherlands based on you living here. So you're comfortable starting?
Starting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, if you also can hold the mic close to your... Yeah, perfect.
So, my name is Junoon, and I was born in Tajikistan, and I left my country, home country, when I was 17, and last 3 years I'm here in Netherlands. So I have done different things in different periods of my life. So last year I have been writing poems, and sometimes I perform traditional dances, mainly of Central Asia, like Uyghur, Tajik, Pamiri dances. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, and maybe I should already reveal the surprise that Junoon will also do a dance performance at the end of the evening. So, stay with us. If I may ask, Junoon, I would really also like to know more about your name, because some may know, some may not, but the term Junoon itself, word-by-word translation, it means craziness,
Yes,
but
exactly.
in a very poetic way. So do you want to give some words on that as well?
Yeah, so Junoon, there is a very famous story in Persian, in Farsi, like Layli wa Majnoon. I think Arab people also have it. So I didn't want to be very have a very common name like Majnoon, and it's also very male name. So I chose Junoon, which means crazy, but it's also very poetic. But I like Junoon, so because of it's crazy, but it's not only crazy of love, crazy.
Free crazy.
Yeah, free,
like,
crazy.
Yeah, true.
Free of love and free of a lot of other emotions.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks for being with us tonight. I would like to go to Somaye. Did you want to share something?
While I was sitting here as I'm poet, so I just wrote like a little short something in Farsi.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I didn't write it before. I just inspiration came. So it's Nowruz. So I would like to read with that and then go. I'm sorry for English speakers. I didn't have time to translate it, so it's going to be only Farsi. Nowruz chi khosh ke hama khosh az navjavanan ta piran salan همه خوش. برخیز ز خواب ای دوست که آمده نوروز. این ایام است زیاد خوش، هم به عاشق و هم به معشوق.
That was so strong. Thank you. Maybe I could just do a quick translation. It was more like, I don't want to, like, how do you say, alterate in a way, so you correct me. Yeah, it's more like he called Nowruz and he technically called everyone from, I'm so sorry. She called Nowruz and she technically called everyone from the very young ages, teenagers and also like very old people. And she asked them to be like joyful and then be awake, right? Be awake because Nowruz is here. And also the last part was that...
it's a time, it's a very good time for everyone in a way. It's also a very special, good time for friends, for everyone. In the end, it's really enjoyable time for someone who loves and someone who
is being loved. Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you. I would like to give the floor to Somaye. Do you like to share with us your background and why you're here with us tonight, and also a bit of your connection with Nowruz and how you celebrate it?
Yes, sure. درود به همه. Hello everyone. This is Somaya Ramesh. I'm a poet, a writer, and human rights activist from Afghanistan. And this is almost 3 years I'm living in Netherlands. Since Afghanistan fell in the hand of Taliban, I forced to leave Afghanistan, and now I'm living here in Netherlands. I don't want to go with details.
All the details, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, because this is Nowruz, and we want to celebrate this beautiful heritage. And yes, as everyone mentioned, Nowruz is, for me especially, it's a human celebration, and it's also an ancient heritage and cultural or even traditional that belongs to everyone. That's why everyone you live, you can celebrate Nowruz by your heart. And also, since I'm here in Netherlands, I try to keep Nowruz for myself, and also I think it's a kind of responsibility to pass Nowruz to new generation, to the next generation, that also they understand what's the meaning of Nowruz.
Yeah, thank you. I guess later we will also go through how do we want to preserve the celebration and why is it important. Thank you so much. I would like also ask Sara to introduce herself, who was the core organizer of this event and helped us a lot to put all the puzzles together. So, Sara June.
Yes. Salam ba hame. Hello, everyone. I am Sara Rashidian. I'm a musician, pianist, and artistic leader, and with more focus on cross-cultural projects. Actually, I am a music teacher as well, and I love teaching and also organizing events, and I'm happy that I'm here, and a big thanks to Park House, Kild, and you to have this opportunity to be part of the organization of this event.
Yeah, sure. We're more than thrilled. I will not continue as Persian Tarov, but I would like to ask you the question of what triggered you to come with this idea of making this program, and then what was the story behind for you?
Actually, for me, and I think for most of us that we live abroad, it is important that share our traditions and our customs to the society we live with. So it was important for me to share the culture of Nowruz to the society and to go beyond the Persian-speaking community. And in this way, I think we can feel more rooted in the society when you share some meaningful cultural things to the other nationalities that you are living with, so you feel more at home. And it is important for us that we should keep these traditions alive. And I think, in my opinion, for me specifically, Nowruz is the most important and meaningful traditions of our culture. So I am so pleased to organize this event, and
Great, thank you. And I guess probably one of the most important mutual cultures with all different countries, and then all of us celebrating it together. Yeah, exactly. Which brings me to the question that I would like to go back to Junoon and later each of you to let us a bit know about how do you celebrate Nowruz in Tajikistan. I know it can be also a general question because there might be a lot of different groups that might celebrate it differently, but if you can just tell us a bit more, what is a kind of a specific ritual that you may do, a specific meal, or also have seen as an example. So how would you celebrate it?
I think it's quite, the idea is the same. So Nowruz, which means new day. One of the most important things that my mom would tell me, so when it's 19 or 20 of March, we should definitely wear something new, because now means new. And with wishing health, wealth, and also with wishing to be able to celebrate it next year, we would definitely do Haftzin. So Haftzin, it's as you see there, I think someone introduced. So we also have what is different from Iran or other cultures. We also have Haftzin. So we have the 7 different things with starting the Shay and with S.
And if I may interrupt for people who might not have any background information, Haftzin is a table. Haft means 7 and Sin means the sound. And there are 7 items in this table. Each of them starts with S, and then each of them represent one thing that you're wishing to have in the new year with you. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries.
Give the floor back to you.
We also definitely would cook sumanak, which different people say in different ways. Samanu, I think. Yeah, we say sumanak. And we also have a lot of poems and things. So mostly women and children will come together. Like how it was celebrated when I was a child is the neighbors. We all came. And one of the very interesting thing is, because it's 24 hours, you have to cook the meal. It comes from the milk of wheat. And to be able not to dig into the pot, some people would go to the river and they would pick up some stones. So when you are digging, the stones doesn't let the samanu to dig in the pot. And every time when you take the stones, you need to wish some stuff. And also when you put it, you need to, and when it's cooked, you have to, they will separate to everyone. And if one of stones comes to you, which means also good luck. So it's all about really joy and waking up from this whole winter. That's how we celebrate it. And also some traditional foods with that you can do only in spring times, because those grasses is just...
materials are just only available in spring. Very interesting. I got very surprised by the other table. Just out of curiosity, is it that you would set maybe 2 different tables, or is it just...
It can be at the same table, but just different 7 things with starting S and 7 with She.
Okay. Very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing. Going to Somayajan, can you also tell us a bit more? How would you celebrate in Afghanistan? What kind of foods you may make, or whatever you feel sharing?
Yeah, sure. Of course, in Afghanistan, also Nowruz have seen, and also beside of have seen, we in Afghanistan have haft mive, and haft again is 7, and mive is fruit. It means 7 kind of dry fruits comes together. And also I want to explain that 7 for maybe the region that we are growing up in Afghanistan and Iran, it's a good number, or maybe a number that bring the luck. That's why we have half seen or half mive, that even both of them has the number 7. That's why also in Afghanistan we make haft mive. And also, one of the things that I really love it in Afghanistan as well, this is the traditional cooking of samanak or samanu. And it's one of the memories that always boils in my mind, because it is a whole night of joy, especially the women and girls gathering together during the cooking samanak, and they are dancing, singing, and dancing with daire. And also for me, always it was a kind of adventure, how it's possible whole the night be alive. And also it's now symbolized a kind of joy and also patience. And when the joy and patience comes together, I think it's very beautiful, because sometimes being patient is not very easy, but when it comes with the joy, it's very beautiful. And also the other things also we have in Afghanistan, and it comes with Nowruz. It's the first Wednesday of the year. As in Iran celebrate the last Wednesday of year, in Afghanistan we have the a kind of celebration with the first Wednesday of the year.
What is it called? Is there a name for that?
چهارشنبه اول سال, the first Wednesday of year.
I could guess maybe.
Yeah, but really I don't know why it's Wednesday. But also, yes, it's a kind of celebration that related to go to the nature and be happy. And I think that's all. If we want to have a define from the Nowruz, I think for everyone it comes with hope, with happiness, with joy. And also I think it's a courage to start again, because it comes with spring. It's also the nature is with you, to have this courage to starting again, to be happy. It's a new year. It's a new day. It's Nowruz. You can continue this difficult life.
Yeah, true. And no offense to any culture, but having a new year in winter for me is also very not relatable. Like I'm like, nothing is blooming, but you have to be very festive while it's super cold and nothing is out there. So I
was really thinking the same, that when it's Nowruz, it makes sense when it's in the spring, because it's just everything wakes up.
being born again. Thank you so much. When you were explaining about the whole idea of Wednesday and the first Wednesday of the year, it was very interesting. I went back to the story of Safa and what she was sharing, that how it started like thousands of years ago, and then how it became different. It comes true. So probably there might be some point in the history that the culture here, Iranians said, okay, we'll do the last Tuesday or Wednesday of the year, and then somehow it got different. So it's very interesting to get back to that point and understand how it became divided and what is the story behind that. But for now, very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing. I would like also give the floor to Sara. If you can tell us now also how Iranians celebrate it. Already we know a lot of common things, but if you can elaborate more on that.
Actually, for me, it was interesting to hear about the other countries' traditions, that we have many things a lot in common. But I can say in Iran also we have half seen. So not half, you have half shin, and then we have half seen, and it means 7 S letters, that there are 7 items that each of them is symbol of something. For example, apple, we call it sib, symbol of beauty. Senjet, symbol of love and wisdom. And samanu, a symbol of strength. And serke, vinegar, a symbol of patience. So there are many things, and each of them symbol of something, and it's very beautiful to have this. Also, Charshanbe Suri is very nice to hear that we also have it. And I should mention that today, exactly today is the last day of our celebration, because in Iran, I don't know in other countries as well. Yes, we celebrate 13 days from the start of the spring to the day of 13. And because we believe that the number of 13 is not lucky, so we should go out, make some specific dishes. We make ashreshte and kind of soup. And then we go to the nature. All the people you can see in the country and in the city, there are no people at home, and they're all outside, because we believe that we should go outside, and with the nature we get away the bad luck of the 13.
Yeah, it's
so today that you are here at outside, not nature, but we have,
It's very valuable that you decided to take the bad luck and stay with us in the...
exactly.
Okay. But I wanted to also say that it's also more, you correct me if I'm wrong, that it's also not just necessarily being outside because of the luck and the whole story, but also just a reconnection with earth or nature, because it's the beginning of the year, exactly, and to stay connected through the year.
So, both of them.
So
you should go out and connect to the nature and avoid the bad luck. So this is the
specifically thing. It's as Sarah mentioned, it's about that go outside and throw out the bad luck. And in the biggest concept, we can say the define of the Nowruz is goodnesses. Be with goodnesses, share the goodnesses, the happiness, the joy, and also deny the evil and badnesses. And because of that also, I think it's finished on the 13th day, because in our culture, 13 is not good number. That's why we say, okay, bye-bye 13, and go with New Year with goodness.
I guess,
while we were talking about Sumanak, I remembered, so in Tajikistan, while you were taking this thing and trying to cook Sumanak, we have a very popular song which starts like this. So it's also in Tajik or Farsi, so I can't.
Go ahead.
Sumanak dar jush ma kafcha zanem, دیگران در خاک ما دفچه زنیم سومنک در جوش ما دفچه زنیم دیگران در خاک ما دفچه زنیم سومنک بوی بهاری سومنک لاله و زاری سومنک زندگی یاری عید نوروز مبارک سومنک لاله و زاری سومنک بوی بهاری سومنک زندگی و یاری عید نوروز مبارک.
Wow.
everything is about Samanu. So Samanu
Samanu and
It's a strong, support.
Also, I was sent a video that also it shows how the samana cook with singing. I don't know, it's ready to play that or not? No, okay.
No, all good. I guess we had the better performance.
Nice,
I guess it would be way better than any other videos. But it's very interesting that you said you would do it as you're collecting it and then probably cooking it.
Together, and it would really sound amazing.
Yeah.
Just talking about sumanak and remembering, like, as when sumanak is boiling, we are clapping our hands. Sumanak dar jushma kashtidan, digaran dar khak, which means other people are on the ground. Ma daf chazane, which means more like we are celebrating. So it's remembering of everyone also at the same time.
And also it's
you hold the mic.
Yes,
good
wishes.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Thank you. I know that we can continue this conversation hour and hour. Yeah. Do you want to say something at the last part? But I want to move to the next question, but go ahead.
No, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead. Because actually, Taarruf is one of the greatest culture. But no, I just remember a little tradition with my family that's a bit funny, maybe, if I have time.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. My mother believed that. I don't know if you also have this in your family or not. But in the first day of Nowruz, she believes that we should she choose one of us. For example, my brother should go outside of the house, and then he knocked the door, and my mother says, "Who is there?" And he should say, "The New Year." And my mother says, "Okay, what do you bring for us?" And he says, "Health, happiness, blessing, money, grateful, and so many good wishes." And only then my mother says, "Okay, come in." And then, he or sometimes me, some
I
of
think
the
your mother very personalized the Nowruz.
Yeah, exactly. And then, in this way, she wants to kind of inviting good things in our home. So
that was very interesting, but I really think it's a family thing.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it before.
You can do it also.
Yeah, I will.
Next year.
Probably next year I will try. But thanks for sharing. That was very interesting. Again, I would really like to continue this conversation, and I have a lot of cool questions, but I will try to wrap up this part because we would also like to give the floor to other performers. With probably this last question, that why do you think that preserving the celebration of Nowruz and is important, and somehow you yourself on a personal level, how do you actively pass it on? It's like a question to everyone, if you feel sharing. Why do you think just preserving it is important?
Actually, for me, it's because of the to renewing everything, and it is very important because the journey of the earth has been completed around the sun, and everything is new, as you said. It starts with the spring, so we can give help from the nature also to renew our minds.
Great.
Also for me, I think no one owns Nowruz, and also in same times Nowruz is for everyone. It's again I want to say Nowruz could be for everyone because it's really tied with goodnesses, with renewal, and it's a kind of human celebration. And that's why it's very important that we keep Nowruz, and everyone, I think, can find some things in the Nowruz, some things good, some good wishes, some things for future, And for me, it's very important. And also, I believe it's very nice that we can share the good traditional together. And when now I'm living outside my country, outside Afghanistan, I receive lots of good culture from Netherlands, and also I want to share some things good with people of Netherlands, and I think the Nowruz is the best things
example.
We can share.
And we need it more, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you want to share?
So as a person, I really find important of saving, preserving a lot of cultures and uniqueness of cultures and languages and traditions. So I think I try my best to sometimes write poems like it come today, or so when it's Nowruz, I try always to celebrate it. And next year, it's last 2 years that I want to do Samanu, but next year I'm going to really do it. I think one of the way of me saving or preserving it is just by celebrating it and asking a lot of people from different background and cultures to come and enjoy it. I really wish I could specifically pass it on someone, but it was passed on me by my neighbor's grandmother and mother. So I'm writing about it, I'm talking about it, and letting also other people to joy and including them. So as our friends said, it's really for everyone. It's not entitled to specific cultures or countries. So Dutch people, next year you can come to my place and we can celebrate Nowruz together.
It's an open invitation.
Yeah, it can be another reason to celebrate, like Chinese New Year, Christmas. So add up one thing more to celebrate.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much to you all. Can I have a big round of applause to all the speakers? Thank you so much. You can go back to the seat. Thank you. It was very great to have this conversation with all three speakers. There is no time to lose. I will quickly introduce shortly our next performer, Khorshid Dadbeh. She is an Iranian musician specializing in tar, tambour, and setar. And for the next 15 minutes, 20 minutes, we will listen to her performing, and then later we might have a short chat together.
Khorasan to Isfahan. Khorasan and Isfahan, they are both great capital and belongs to also, they are the cultural capitals that we all celebrate, and maybe we can travel back there. It's a composition that I composed some years ago, and I wish you a really great Happy New Year, Happy Nowruz, and enjoy.
Hi, I'm back. Thank you so much, Khurshidjan. It was super powerful. Thank you so much for playing for us. I wanted to take some minutes to also get to know you a little bit more, your work, your art, and also like maybe some of the questions that we could not talk with the other speakers before. So to just have a short conversation over Nowruz. So first I'll leave the floor to you if you would like to introduce yourself, your background, and then I'll just go with some questions.
Sure. I'm a tar and tambour player, and I grew up in Iran. I came to Netherlands 6 years ago to study. I got my bachelor degree, my master degree at Goddard's, and now I am performing. I have my projects in Netherlands, in Europe also, and happy to be here. Yes.
Great. And the instrument that you played for us, can you also name this?
This one is tambour.
Mm-hmm.
Tambour actually is a really old instrument, goes back to 1,000 years ago, 5,000 years we can say, and actually it's also a really symbol of resilience. Also is an instrument that people who played it all during this time. They kept this old Mithraism that Safa was like people who comes in Kyrgyzstan area in the mountains of Zagros. They kept this culture through this instrument, also this music. Of course, I'm not from there, but I think as we were also talking, I think this is a culture that belongs to everybody, and I'm happy that we are understanding more and more that, like as a tambour player, I understood also this a lot, that it belongs culture to everybody. I wanted to mention again.
That's so nice. It's not exclusively, of course, for Iran. Thank you so much. I wanted to ask maybe this question going back to the conversation that we were having like 20 minutes ago. And for you, almost for a long time, or maybe it's relative to say 6 years, but how do you celebrate Nowruz in Netherlands? Or how is it different from the time that you've been in Iran before? What's different, the celebration?
I mean, it's, of course, I was lucky because I came with my brother, so piece of the family was with me, but we tried every year to keep it. I think it's really important, and it's also really nice because Nowruz, it's really based on solstice of sun, so every year also is special because it can happen any moment, really precisely, and I think it's possible to celebrate it anywhere. You should make it happen.
There's no difference between the location you are suggesting somehow. Yeah. So it's just you making it happen. Thank you. And maybe one last question, if you have anything to share, is if there is any specific ritual that you would do something like Sarah shared within her family, or a memory that makes you very connected with Nowruz, something that whenever you think about it's like Nowruz sharp is there, it's like popping up.
I think maybe because now music is really a strong part of my life also. I cannot imagine it with the music and dance, like celebration. It's, I think, something that I really always, and also poetry, I think it's the heritage that we are so lucky that we speak Farsi, all these cultures, I think what connects us together. And like we say Hafiz, but it's like the language. Even we can read Shahnameh or we can read any poets. That I think that's for me the moment that we really connect. Also with my family, of course, we have this special moment.
Great, thank you. I guess Junun wants to share something related to what.
Well, she's talking about her performance was amazing. So while she was doing your performance, I wrote a little poem about you and about your tor and setor. تنبورت خوش، خودت خوش، مویهایت خوش یا همه خوش. تنبورت خوش، هم تارت خوش، هم ستارت خوش و هم خودت خوش.
بسیار زیبا، خیلی خیلی.
Thank you so much. That was super sweet. Thank you, Khorshid. I would really like to ask everyone to give a round of applause to her, so you can. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's so sad to see that it's almost 9:45, which it makes me feel the pressure of time. But of course, there's a lot of performances, not a lot too, that are still awaiting us. But I would also like to open the floor a little bit to you. It's the time if you have questions, if there are comments, if there are stories that you would like to share with anyone here, it's the time. It can be also like question to the people, to the performers, to the speakers, or just simply sharing a memory of yourself, your childhood, or how you are celebrating Nowruz. So yeah, simply inviting you to speak. Yeah.
Thanks. I don't know if it's something that also other Iranians do as well, but the sabze, we usually on the sabze Sizda Bedar, we tie knots and wish something before like putting it in the nature, and we wish that it comes true. Yeah. But I don't know if it's only me or it's common among other cultures.
This is
I think everyone.
For anyone who doesn't know. And
it is even that women or girls that are not married, they nodded and wish that they get married that year.
Oh, okay.
Someone else?
I guess she wants to share something.
As a Persian, I want to ask from my Afghan and Tajik friends if they have AD also.
Nice. The concept of AD, like probably a gift or mostly a money that you may give to sometimes toddlers or younger people, but also other people. Do you have that concept as well, maybe?
I'm the baby of the family, so the youngest of 5, so I still get 80. Drinks on me. No, kidding.
Interesting. I also heard Somaya confirm that also in Afghanistan they do 80. Is it also, do you want to share something over it?
One of the good things that I remember about the Nowruz is AD, because I was looking forward for that I receive AD from everyone, and the children goes to the family, especially to grandma, grandfather, father, brother, sister, and receive the money, and it was the most beautiful second for me, especially as a child. And also it's not even only belongs to child, also it can be for everyone.
Thanks for sharing, and thanks for the relevant question. It was actually a matter of fact, not ignoring AD. Yeah.
Thanks. I can share a memory of my childhood. You know, during this celebration of Nowruz, of course, we clean the house and everything. But one of the things is that you buy a lot of sweets and nuts and mix of dry fruits, everything. And at our home, there were 2 sets of them, one for the guests and one for us. The better ones were always for the guests, so my mother was in charge of it to hide everything very carefully, you know. So usually they were in a box, and a box was in a box, you know, and then it was in a chest and in a kind of room, and everything was closed. Of course, you could not get to that, but Fortunately, I was smart enough to always get to there. And my mother was always, she knew it from beginning, but she says, you again.
Thanks for sharing. I guess that was one of the most relatable memories probably for everyone in their household. That was somehow the same. I guess we have another.
Yeah, but this is for North Iran, Shomal. Yeah, and we threw a little stone in the water and like sea, and one of a stone is a wish. Yeah.
Do you do that on the first day, like the first day of the spring?
Sizde bedar.
Oh, sizde bedar, like the day that is technically today. So maybe after the program, we can all throw something in the water here. So, yeah, great. Thank you so much for sharing all these sweet memories and comments. If there are no more comments, I would like to also have a track on the time and leave the floor again to Safa, whom I forgot to completely introduce at the beginning of our program. She opened the evening for us and told the whole story of Nowruz and how it started 1,000 years ago. But I would also love to take this moment and mention that Safa is a transdisciplinary artist and researcher, and she's exploring the intersection of identity, art, and mythicism. That she may be able to explain a little bit about it. But for now, we will have Fale Hafez. I'll leave the floor to you, Safa.
So, yeah, I am going to talk about mysticism. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So, not much time. Let's do divination of Hafez. So, Hafez is one of the pillars of the Farsi language culture. And he was a court poet, and he was a Sufi as well. And Sufis are mystics, that's what we talk about. And he, as a Sufi mystic court poet, his job was basically to serenade the king with beautiful poetry. And this poetry is the tradition of Sufi poetry, which is in an allegorical, symbolic way of expressing the devotion to God. The Sufis, as mystics, wanted to have a personal experience with the divine and feel the presence of God in their heart. And one of the ways that they would do it is they would picture themselves, imagine themselves as a lover who wants to serenade and seduce a beloved so that they can be together in union. And Hafiz would use this allegorical, symbolic poetry to serenade the king as well. And in this way, his poetry became filled with symbolic imagery that whenever we Iranians, as in Farsi speakers, read the poetry, we see a part of ourselves among the verses. And out of this, a tradition has arose, which is we ask a question from Hafiz, and we randomly open a page, and among the verses, there is a message for all of us. And this is one of the traditions that we do during Nowruz. We look at the year ahead, and we ask Hafiz, what are we to do, and what are we to expect? So, let's do one divination tonight together, and I'm going to ask you to help me with the translation and also as the message for yourself. The way that it goes is we need to find a beloved. Each of you want to picture a beloved in your mind so that this poem is going to be about that person. And this beloved can be out of 4 categories. Okay, this is difficult. The first one, the one that they teach us at poetry classes in Iran is God. If you are a mystic, if you have spiritual experience and you want to be closer or have a more intense experience in that spiritual sense, Hafiz can be that beloved, which is God. The second one, and the most common one, someone that you fancy, someone that you love, a real beloved. Maybe they are here with you, you can hold their hand and picture how you can elevate and make your relationship better with them. The third one is another person that you are kind of interested in, but not necessarily romantically. It can be someone that you are respecting, your boss, or a situation about someone that you want to have a better communication with. Parents, maybe, that works a lot. You can see the beloved that Hafiz speaks of as that person. And finally, the last one, which is my favorite, yourself in the future. A version of yourself that you want to become, someone that has gotten that promotion, someone that has bought that house. And that beloved Hafiz is going to tell us how we can reach them. So, if you go to Iran, in Tehran, I guess, other cities maybe, there are people on the street who sell this poetry. And they have a little cage with a canary inside, and that canary picks the poem for you. So tonight I'm going to ask a beautiful little canary to come pick the poem for us. Stancha, would you please? ای حافظ شیرازی تو کاشف هر رازی بر ما نظر اندازی بنما بر ما رازی. O Hafiz the Shirazi, secret revealer are thee, gaze upon us thusly, recite to us some mystery.
It'll take some time.
درخت دوستی بنشان که کام دل به بار آرد نهال دشمنی برکن که رنج بیشمار آرد. Plant a seedling of love and friendship so that the will, the desire of your heart may arise. Take out and cut down the trees of cruelty and tyranny and rage, for it brings nothing but pain and suffering. Have a lovely year.
Thank you so much. I guess that was also, we were very lucky. That was somehow one of the well-known verses that Dakht Dusti mentioned is somehow also being used as somehow an expression, which made this night even more special. I would just say some more last sentences and then leave the floor to Junoon, and she will do a great dance performance, and then we will end the evening. But before that, I just want to mention that outside this door, you have probably seen some tables with some art crafts. There is a group called ArtoCraft. They are selling some products from different artists. Feel free to check out. And also one artist doing calligraphy, so you can also check her table, be in touch, and then if you're interested, you can buy some products. And also you can join us in the cafe after the program. The evening is not over. I would also like to mention that you can always check our website, thezuacher.nl, and you can also see what other upcoming Diaspora Dialogues programs are, and then you can join us. Also, if you're interested, you can stay friend of Podcast Zuacher, and later there might be a QR code, and you can scan that. But for now, I just wanted to say a big, big thank you to all of you who joined us here tonight, to all the performers, to Sara, to Somaye, to Junoon, to Safa, and also Mehmed, and also Savalan, and also Khorshid. And have a great evening, and Happy New Year. I'll leave it.
So I really need if you get up and take the chair somewhere and make a circle, because it's very important. Chairs can go there, and I need because 7 minutes I cannot dance only by myself. I need to dance with people. With a poem, like we Farsi speaking, also Tajik, and I'm also myself poet. So I started everything with poems, and then there was like 2.5 minutes where I dance myself, and after that the music only changed. It's a very old music, and that sounds very fast, but I love it. So yeah, and then I would really love everyone dance. So we end the New Year with dances. And I would really like to mention the importance of the clothes that I'm wearing. So I'm from Tajikistan, as I said, I was born there, but this clothes doesn't belong specifically to me because I'm mixed of Tajik and Uzbek. It's from Pamiri people. So if maybe you can Google, it's amazing mountains. And also the socks, which is handmade. And this, what do they call it? Also, it's all handmade. And it belongs to the dance and also to Pamiri people of Tajikistan. So, yes.
Sarsa, Be شيء رويك